welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Lovely Desi. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that button, and if you are not following me on Instagram, go ahead and click that button as well. So a while ago I had posted on my Instagram about wanting to do a story time, and if that would be something that you guys would be interested in. So I did a poll, and I got quite a bit of people wanting me to talk about it. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna waste y'all time because I know y'all got things to do. So me, I may not have things to do because we're still in this pandemic. So we're going to get this started. So I had my baby girl Dream on April 20th, 2020. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have notes, so I'll just make sure I don't forget anything. So yeah. But yeah, so she was born on April 20th, 2019. And it was around like 6:44. But we're going to I'm going to tell you it's like from the beginning to end, because it was crazy, especially having a child during a pandemic. Boy. Okay, so let's not fast forward, rewind back to the day before. So on the 19th, so like I went to my mom's house, chilling over there, squatting, walking, and my mom was like walking around. It's like a little trail in our backyard. So we was like walking that, and then we're walking in front of like her house. I'm just doing laps because I know, and I did a lot of research, and I said walking helps your progress of labor and getting contractions started or not. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and get this walking in because we don't have time. And I was over being pregnant. It felt like I was pregnant forever. So yeah. And then after that, we're just walking, and then my mom was recording me, and then she was like, that's right, you wanna call Bishop, to pray for you, I was like, boy, why didn't you say this like a long time ago? Because I did that same thing with my son. I was like, Bishop, can you pray for me? And literally I had him the next day. So I was like, bet. So we're gonna go call Bishop. So I called my bishop, and then I told him everything's going, and then he prayed for me. And then we hung up the phone because he was busy doing his work. So being a pastor, being a bishop, and a businessman at the same time. But yeah, so we were getting that done. After I got that done, I'm just walking around, and then we was like, okay. So my husband's like, are you ready to go home? And I was like, yeah. And I was telling my sisters and my brother-in-law, I'm like, if y'all want to get on GTA, you can get on GTA because I don't got nothing else to do. I should be at home bored since nothing's happening. And this contractions is not even being consistent. I was trying to get them to be consistent, but they weren't being consistent. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So then after that, we just went home with my husband, my son. We went to the car, drove home, and then I got on GTA with my sister, my brother-in-law, and my husband. Now when I play GTA, I get serious because serious business to me, and I be getting irritated when people do the most online, and they be interrupting our missions and stuff, and then I begin hype and upset, and then I get contractions because I be so mad, I be so irritated. So I was just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We just go play, and I'm like, I'm just gonna use this as a way to help me have contractions. Then since I'm having contractions when I get married to GTA anyway, might as well just do that. So we're just doing that, and then that was around 9:30ish. It was around 9:30, and so we're just playing the game, and then my husband just comes in and checks on me. He's like, okay, how are you, how's everything going, and do you feel her moving, is she kicking, stuff like that? And I was like, no, I haven't felt her move since we just early this morning, really. And I'm just like and then registered in my mind. I'm like, boy, is my baby okay? Oh no, stop what we doing. We better go to the hospital now. So we got off the game. I called my mom, and I was like, we finna go to the hospital. I'm finna drop off Junior, if that's okay. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So after we dropped off Junior, we went up to the hospital. So we're driving, and my husband is the one driving. And he is driving like he is in a NASCAR race, like zooming through traffic with the hazard lights on, gone, like gone. And then, so we get to the hospital, and I'm like, by the time we get to the hospital, my dad calls my husband, like, you know, while you're driving, go ahead and just put the hazard lights on, you know, be careful while you're driving. And my husband's like, we're already here. Mind you, we just left the house like 5 minutes ago, and it takes like 15 minutes to get to the hospital. So you see how fast he was driving. He did not care. He was trying to help him get to the hospital because he was excited, for one, but at the same time kind of nervous because we weren't feeling, like I wasn't feeling her move at all. So yeah, that. So we make it up to the hospital. We walk in. Right at the door, there was like this little tent, and they were just like, oh, we gotta take your temperature and everything to make sure you're good to be able to go in. And we had to have a mask and all of that. Boy, if Corona don't kill people with these masks, sure will. Cause boy, you can't even breathe. Yeah, wait, just wait. Okay, so yeah, we go in, have the mask on and everything, getting checked in, going to the triage. My husband, they're not, your spouses are not allowed in the back in the triage, so he had to wait in a waiting room until you get admitted. If you're not getting admitted, they won't let you in the back. So I'm like, oh, boy, I did this by myself. Why? So go to the back into the triage, and then they just hooked me up to everything. And then my nurse, she was just like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Check this out. We're gonna monitor you for an hour to see if you're in active labor and everything. So I'm like, okay, I bet. And she's like, if you're making progress, then you know you'll probably be admitted and all the other stuff. I was like, okay. So they checked me, cervix and all that. Boy, y'all don't understand. I hate that. We're not even gonna get into that. But yeah, so they checked me, and then I was at 2.5 centimeters. I was all right, back. So I'm in the room chilling, like in the triage, just watching TV, but them contractions was hitting. I was like, oh, this kind of strong, but manageable. So I was just like, okay, got this. She came back in an hour, and then she checked me again. and she's like, oh, you're 3 centimeters. I only went for a 1/2 centimeter for an hour. I'm like, boy, really? Seriously? All right. And then, so she just continues to monitor me, and she's like, this is what we're gonna do for this hour. Since you're kind of slowly making progress, I'm gonna have you walk around for an hour around the floor. Yeah, I was just like, I feel this by myself. Like, my husband is in the waiting room. My mom got home. Usually my mom be with me all the time. My mom, my sisters, like, we be all in the room chilling together, like with my son. But this time I'm by myself, so I'm just like, bruh, why? So yeah, so she's like unhooks me and everything. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like walking. So I have my phone and my earphones, and like while I was throughout my pregnancy, I just been listening to affirmations and positive thinking concerning births and pregnancy and all that. So I'm like, I'm gonna go just walk with that in my ear. And when it was time for walking, boy, them contractions was hitting so tough. Y'all don't even understand. Like, they were hitting so, I'm like, okay. And every time one would go, I'd be like, hold on against the wall. And I'm like, breathe. And so I'm like walking, like this, like my focus was like, you're strong and you got this. So I'm just like walking, like hold on. I'm like not even trying to act like I'm hurting. I'm just like, just breathe, okay? And I would focus like on the exit sign or something, and just like focus, just like be like totally like focused. And I'm like, okay, we're just gonna, you're strong. Like at first she's like, you're strong, your body can do this, you can do this, like just like a lot of good affirmations. So that really helped a lot. But walking helps tremendously. I've been told to walk my whole pregnancy, but I didn't listen. But next time, whenever I ever far into the future get pregnant again, I will be walking the entire time because I don't have time for all the nonsense with labor. I'm not doing that again. But yeah, so walking for an hour, mind you, by myself. There's no nurses walking with me or anything. I'm doing this all by myself. I'm like, boy. I'm like texting my husband like the whole time, like letting him know all the updates and everything. I'm like, I'm walking. They make me walk for an hour. I'm looking at the time. I was trying not to, because if you look at the time, it was gonna make things seem longer. But I was trying not to. But that my video was 10 minutes, so I'm just like, okay, we do this like 6 times. Should be good, whatever, you know. So I'm just like, okay, let's go. Let's walk. And then it was starting to get to the hour mark. This is around like 12, 1 o'clock. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I'm just like walking. And then go back to the triage. And I'm waiting. And waiting. And waiting and more waiting, and I press the call light button. The contractions are hitting me like tough, like, girl, you feel go down tough, like, period. Like, the contractions, like, we feel take you down, take you out. Like, that's how I was feeling. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, can we not? Like, no. I'm pressing the button, the call light button, so they can come to the room, you know, to the triage, to let them know, like, hey, my hour mark is up, let me help them check me, because I know I made some progress. Like, stop playing me. So, like, they come in, finally, after, like, 15, 20 minutes. Boy. I'm like, when she walked in, like, I have my hand, like, on this, like, little desk thing, and I'm leaning over, just leaning over and just, like, rocking, like, like, I'm just like over here making like yoga noises or whatever. Like, and so I'm just like, she's like, are you good? And I wanted to be like, have an attitude, because I'm like, I was waiting for you and you're over here taking your poor time. Like, stop playing with me. So, but she was cool. I had a black nurse. She was cool. She was like giving me tips and all that stuff. So because of that, I like her. She's like, okay. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna check you. I'm like, I can do any and everything when it comes to like labor, pregnancy, and all that. But you're getting checked for dilation, and we can just skip that. Like, that would be great, but they can't. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So she texts me, and she's like, oh, you're 4 centimeters. Boy, that hour, maybe 4 centimeters, you're allowed to get admitted to the hospital. So I'm like, period, like, give me a minute so we can get this baby out, like, all that time. So she's like, okay, we're just gonna, I think they're gonna admit you and everything, so I'm just gonna talk to the doctor and see. She leaves. Like, 20 or 30 minutes go by, and I'm still in the back by myself. My husband keeps texting me, like, what's going on? Like, hello? Like, are they admitting you? Like, I'm like, I am waiting. And they're not. They're over here taking their sweet time. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, can we not? So she finally comes back in, like, oh, her and the doctor. And I was like, okay, sweetie, we're gonna admit you. You made some progress, and it shows with the monitors that you are in active labor. So we're gonna admit you. I'm like, boy, bring in that chair. Because when they transfer you, they usually they put you in a wheelchair. So I'm like, boy. And I'm texting my husband, like, they're admitting me or whatever. So and when you're in the hospital, when we first got there, they tell you that you're not allowed to leave the hospital and come back. If you leave the hospital, you're not allowed to come back. So I'm like, boy. So he just waited, and the doctors already told him, like, if she get admitted, then you can go out and to the car and stuff. But he didn't want to bring it in, then I don't get admitted. Then we got to take all that back downstairs. We don't got time. So he went out to go get all our stuff, and then came back and met me in the room. So I'm like, okay. And He's like, give me everything settled in. I'm in the bed, just like over there dying. Like, yeah, I was looking back on it. I wasn't being dramatic. It just seemed like I was being dramatic. But when you feel that pain, boy, like, oh God, please, please, okay. Can you just like help me like real fast? Like, come on, Lord, please. I was like literally calling for the Lord. Like, boy, Kirk Franklin and the family, like, it was serious. Like, I was like, felt like I was interceding in prayer for just straight help at that point. And I'm just like, boy, I'm like, okay, when am I gonna get this epidural? Like, I'm over it. Like, I was trying to announce and I was like, yeah, this hurt too bad. Like, no, we don't got time for this. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay. And the doctor comes in, I'm asking like, okay, so when do I get this epidural? And she's like, oh, when your fluid bag is completely empty. And I'm looking at the bag, I'm like, okay. So she leaves out, I'm still in pain. Oh God. Just like doing the most. I'm like holding on to that thing. Y'all can hold on to that little part of the bed like any tighter. Like, it was crazy. My husband just looked at me like, yeah. I was just leaving him like, shut up. Shut up. Like if our faces could talk, I'm just like, shut up. So I'm just like going through it, like over there, just going through it. And I keep looking at the darn bag, and it is like literally taking forever. I'm just like, I'm about to lose my mind. Yes, like, boy. And so I'm just like, okay, so can we just not do this? Like, can we hurry up? And they came in and it was like this much left. I was like, okay, we're gonna give it the epidural. Bet. So I'm like, okay, so the anesthesiologist comes in and he was like, I wanna say like in his 40s maybe. I wanna say like 40s. And then I was like irritated. Because I just know like younger doctors don't have as much experience as old doctors, and they've been doing this for years and years and years, and they got this stuff like that. Because when I had junior, my anesthesiologist was like in and out and was good. This anesthesiologist, boy, it felt like he wouldn't know what he was doing. He was telling me he couldn't find something like on my spine or whatever, and so like he kept hitting nerves like on my right side. And I'm like, okay, I feel more on the right, like, and it was kind of hard not to jerk because he's hitting your nerves. And it's just like, and it's like a weird, painful feeling. Like, it was like a weird feeling. So I'm like, yo, oh my gosh, can we get somebody else? But he was the only anesthesiologist on the floor. Boy. So I'm like, oh, I'm just stuck with this dude. Okay, so then he finally gets his life together and finally the medicine started working. So I'm like, okay, period, like, good. So I was able to rest a little bit, but I still have contractions, but you don't feel the contractions after that. You just feel like a lot of pressure, and just like, it literally feels like just like pressure just squeezing like the baby and like all down there. So I'm just like, okay, my husband's like, can we go ahead and get some sleep? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try and get some sleep too. But I wasn't sleeping, just the pressure was too intense. So I'm just sitting there watching TV until time passed by. And it was like 6:30 in the morning. And like, I feel like a real tight, like the contractions going, it was a real tight, like squeeze. Like it literally felt like coming together like this, like just pressure, like unbelievable. Like it's weird. It's so hard to explain it. But then, like it's like you feel the baby inside you, but then you just feel like this immense pressure of like it's squeezing the baby. If you had a kid, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like weird to explain. But yeah, so when it got super tight, and it was like, boy, my water broke. Yo, it was so much. Like it was all on my my legs, all of my socks that I just put on. Like it was like all over my bed. I'm like, bro, like we don't got time for this. So my husband's sleeping. He's a heavy sleeper. So I'm just like, babe, babe, babe. Like, I'm calling him so many times. I'm like, Winston, love, honey, like all the names in the book, and this dude is like not like still asleep. I'm like, what are we doing? So I just like screamed. Like, I didn't even care. So I was like, I was like screaming. He pops up. He's like, yeah, like what's going on? Like, my water broke, and you have the remote with the button on it, like the call light button on it. Can you press it so they can come in here? And he's like, oh, okay. He's like press it, and he gets up and they come in, and he like lets them know like my water broke. So they came in, and I was like, oh, okay. So she checks me. She was like, okay, let me see, like, where you at, boy? She was like, you're 10 centimeters already. I'm what? 10 centimeters? Come in here. I need everybody. Hands on deck. We can push this baby out. I don't got time. Don't got time for this. So it was just like, push. I literally was pushing for like, I was pushing for like 5 minutes, and then, boy, whoop, she cut out. But I felt like this pressure, like from her head coming out. She ripped me very, very bad. Like, your girl has stitches for days. Like, I don't want to get too much information and like get like too detailed, but boy, Dream just disrespectful, yo. Like, yeah, whatever. So she comes down and like, oh, like, you know, got on my chest and stuff, her little face, so much like, all the good and stuff on her. I'm like, girl, I love you so much. I'm like, I can't wait. So then they took, like, did a cord clamping and everything, and they put her over onto like the bed to measure her. She's trying to jump out the bed. I don't know where she thinks she was going. Like, she's still like that to this day, just jumping around, like trying to, like, where are you going? Like, she just be like really trying to jump out, and the nurse was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know where she's going. Like, and I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I better not drop my baby, or we could be in here fighting. I'm like, stop. Like, even though my legs, you know, I was gonna find a way to get out of that bed. So I'm just like, okay. And yeah, voila, she's here, and yeah, she knows we're talking about her. And so yeah, so she's here, and you guys will be able to see her story time, and you guys will see her right here. So here is baby Dream. She is a month old already, and she just got her little bath and lotion down and everything, so she's kind of getting sleepy. But here is my baby girl. Say hi. She's looking at me like, she is really sweet. This is baby Dream. She was born on April 20th, 2020, and she born at 6:44 in the morning. Her little chunk. She's a month old and weighs 11 pounds. That's crazy. She eats so much. You see how chunky. How's your chunky girl? Yeah, and she's a mama's girl. She was a daddy's girl, then she traded on him. So, but yeah, here's my Dreamy Dream girl. She's like, the lights, mom. She's like, can I go to sleep now? She's always eating and then going to sleep. Like, eating, peeing, poop, and go back to sleep. She's like, okay, I'm ready to go to bed now. Come, princess. All right, okay. She's always rolling her eyes as well. She's so rude. But we're gonna say bye.